children. How are you all? We were studying lesson number 8, the nervous system, and this is part 5 of lesson number 8. In this lesson, we have studied about the nervous system, its functions, its parts, and in the previous sessions, we have studied about the brain, about various parts of the brain like the cerebrum, cerebellum and the brainstem. Now we are going to learn about few more topics from the lesson. Before that, let us revise what we have studied in the previous session by solving few questions from the lesson. Now children, before I tell you the answer, you should be ready with your answers. And you can also note down the questions if you want. Now, this is the picture of human brain, right? So, can you identify the parts of the brain which we have already done, right? We have practiced drawing the human brain, and many a times we have done the labeling part also. So, the cerebrum. Can you tell me where is the cerebrum? The biggest part of the brain having all the folds is the cerebrum. So this part is the cerebrum. Then cerebellum. This is children, this is the cerebellum. And brainstem, this is brainstem. So now children, we have done this so many times, practiced labeling part of the brain we have done so many times, right? So now you should be able to identify these three parts, that is cerebrum, cerebellum and the brainstem. Now the first question is, dash is the thinking part of brain. It controls memory, thoughts, intelligence, learning and speech. What is the correct answer children? Which is the thinking part of the brain which controls memory, thoughts, intelligence, learning and speech? So the options are spinal cord, cerebrum, cerebellum and brainstem. So what is the correct answer children? The correct answer is B, cerebrum. So cerebrum is the thinking part of the brain. It is the largest part of the brain with so many folds in it, right? So it is the thinking part of the brain that controls memory, thoughts, intelligence, learning and speech. And that is what? The cerebrum. Now let us have a look at the next question. Dash is found at the back of your head below the cerebrum. It controls movement of your muscles and helps to keep your balance. Now can you tell me which part of the brain controls movement of your muscles and helps to keep your balance? So what is the correct answer children? The options are the spinal cord, the cerebrum, the cerebellum and the brainstem. So the correct answer is C, the cerebellum. Cerebellum is found at the back of your head, here. Below the cerebrum, the whole part here, that is the largest part is cerebrum. Below the cerebrum is the cerebellum. It controls movement of muscles and helps to keep your balance. Now let us see the next question. Dash is the lower portion of the brain and connects brain to the spinal cord. It controls involuntary actions such as swallowing, breathing and circulation. So, what is the correct answer children? The correct answer is D, the brainstem. The brainstem is below the cerebellum, right? And it connects brain to the spinal cord. And it also controls involuntary actions such as swallowing, breathing and circulation. Now we have already discussed about the involuntary actions, right? So let us see the next question. Which among the following statement is correct about the brain? A. It is the control center for the whole body. B. It stores information. C. It can recall the information when needed. And what is it called, children? Right, that is called memory. And the last option is D. All of this. So, according to you, what is the correct answer? Which among these is correct about the brain? So, the answer is D. All of this. The brain controls everything that goes on in our body, right? It stores the information and you can recall the information whenever it is needed, and that is called as memory. So, all the above statements are correct about the brain. Children, today we are going to discuss about the spinal cord. The first topic that we are going to discuss is the spinal cord. Now you know that the spinal cord is one of the main part of the nervous system, right? The three main parts of the nervous system are, organs of the nervous system are brain, spinal cord and the nerves. Now we have already studied about the brain, about various parts of the brain. Now we are going to study about the spinal cord. The picture of the spinal cord. Children, we know that the spinal cord is protected inside the backbone, right? So here is the picture of the backbone. Inside the backbone, the spinal cord is protected. Now here in this picture, you can see so many nerves coming out from the spinal cord. Children, the spinal cord is a thick bundle of nerves. Let us see more about the spinal cord. The spinal cord is a thick bundle of nerves connected to the brain stem, the lower part of the brain which is found below the cerebellum, right? It is the brain stem. So spinal cord is connected to the brain stem. It goes down your back and is protected by the vertebrae of spine, that is the vertebral column. The nerves emerge from the spinal cord and form network all over the body. We know that the nerves are present throughout our body. They form a network in our body. And from where do the nerves come? They emerge or come out from the spinal cord. Now, this is how the nerves carry messages. Can you see the arrows? In one direction, the arrows are going towards the brain, and the another direction, the arrows are coming out from the brain. This is how nerves carry messages from rest of the body to the brain, and from the brain to the rest of the body, as the brain directs or gives the information to the body how to react. See, these arrows are going towards the brain, and from there again it is going in the opposite direction from the brain. In this way, the nerves carry messages from the rest of the body to the brain, and from the brain to the rest of the body. Now children, we are going to study about the nerves. In this picture, as you can see, everywhere that blue color throughout the body, these are the nerves. This is how the body is having a network of nerves, right? And why it is there inside the body? The body is having network of nerves because the nerves carry messages from rest of the body to the brain. The brain reads the messages and again sends the information through the brain to the body on how to react, right? Now children, the types of nerves. There are 3 types of nerves: sensory nerves, motor nerves and mixed nerves. And we are going to study about the nerves in detail in our next session. So we are going to end this session here. Sai Ram.